clash with officials at a Senate inquiry into his arrest by the International Criminal Court. The lawmakers found an ally in a retired Supreme Court justice who believes Duterte's arrest violated due process. The details from RG Cruz.
Philippine cabinet and security officials were again fielding familiar questions from senators in the third hearing of the Senate Foreign Relations panel on the arrest of former President Rodrigo Duterte and his transfer to the International Criminal Court. One question that triggered a heated exchange between senators and cabinet officials was who gave the order to bring Duterte to the tribunal in the Netherlands. Resource speakers invoked executive privilege, but senators pressed for answers.
I'm not lying, but I just want to have the executive privilege.
Nandito na tayo eh. Executive privilege ka dyan.
Bakit naging executive privilege?
Kanina sinabi.
Sino-sino na tinuro mo?
Justice Secretary Jesus Crispin Remulla says this is exactly what they wanted to avoid when they skipped the previous hearing. But Duterte ally Senator Ronald De La Rosa maintains they just want the truth.
You're trying to make people admit something that they will not admit. And executive privilege is a valid excuse not to answer any question.
President Duterte is already at The Hague. We're asking kung sino nagpadala doon sa kanya.
Sino
Yun ang tanong
We're
natin.
trying to understand every step of
As
the
I said
way.
earlier, everything was cleared with the DOJ.
We are not bullying you, sir. Ha? We want the truth.
Remulla ended up taking responsibility for what happened.
I gave the clearances to number one, serve the warrant of arrest as I saw it, as I deemed fit. And number two, to fly him to The Hague. And then that is, I caused this through my brother.
Giving orders is different from giving clearance.
Retired Supreme Court Associate Justice Adolfo Sevilla Ascuna sees a possible violation in the surrender of the former leader to the ICC without going through local courts, citing Republic Act 9851.
The warrant of arrest is illegal. However, I believe that the surrender is not, because the surrender must be pursuant to a treaty. We have to follow Article 59 of the Statute of Rome, which requires that the custodial state, namely the Philippines, must first bring the arrested person to a local court. It was not done. Therefore, there was, in my view, a violation in the act of surrender.
Secretary Remulla, however, insists due process was followed and everything was above board.
May sinasabi si Secretary Remulla na yung nangyari surrender, hindi extradition. At hindi katulad ng extradition, sa surrender, hindi kinakailangan mag-issue ng warrant of arrest.
Mga extradition kasi, hindi ho natin pwedeng gamitin dito sapagkat hindi tayo pwede mag-file na extradition.